So these are the things, okay, the leaders should focus on. That will be different from managers like old fashioned since long time ago. Until now, there are some managers still acting like managers. Okay, so that's how they are different. All right, so you can compare. Okay, whether you want to be the traditional manager or you want to improve yourself, becoming a leader and helping your subordinates. Okay, so you can compare by yourself later on. Then this is what I told you. Okay, you read by yourself. I believe that you guys study in principal marketing already, principal management already. For example, empowerment. You know that empowerment is giving the authority, okay, giving some authorities to your employees, your subordinates to participate in decision making. Okay, you can read later on. And now let's see the next one. Okay, the important management skills. Okay, under important management skill, we will study different types of power that we can use and how to deal with the change in the situation. So now come to using power effectively. Okay, so the first one is leader or a leader, whatever we call. Okay, we have different types of power. We should know how to use them appropriately. So expertise power is something like you as a manager, you have previous experiences and knowledge. So based on your experience and knowledge, you lead your salespeople. Your subordinate, your salespeople will listen to you because they believe that you know more than them, you know better than them. Okay, so that kind of power we call as expertise power. They respect you, they listen to you, and you can lead them based on your experiences and knowledge. Okay. The next one, referent power. Referent power is because of like personal friendship relationship, or how to call it, you guys like each other. Okay. In this case, then it's something like if you like someone, you listen to that person easily, isn't it? That kind of situation. Okay. So if subordinates like the manager, or they used to be friends in the past, and now one of them becoming the manager. So you see, like because of the personal friendship relationship, okay, or because like manager and subordinates, they have the same way of doing things, okay, they have the same belief and same attitude, the same way of doing things, then they how to call it, the manager or the leader can influence on the subordinate easily. Okay? More like friendship or subordinates like the manager. Legitimate power. That is something like official. Okay, officially the manager is the manager hired by the company, and also according to the organization structure, that person has the management position. Therefore, salespeople will have to listen to that sales manager. Whether they like the sales manager, they don't like the sales manager, we don't care. Okay, that sales manager or the leader has the power to lead, manage the sales force. Okay. The next one is reward power. So you just look at the name, you know it already. The manager has the power in this case, then salespeople listen to the sales manager because they know that sales manager has the power to give the reward. Okay, so they listen, they follow the sales manager. And the other one, the last one, is coercive power. That is the opposite of reward. So supposed to be punishment. Okay, so coercive power, that is a punishment. Salespeople also understand that the manager has the power to give them punishment. Okay, so they perform the job, they do the activities, they listen to the sales manager because they do not want the punishment. Okay, so you see, like among these 5 different types of powers, so how are you going to use the power? Listen, okay? Remember that these 5 powers are with sales managers. If you were the sales manager, you do not use all of them to one person at the same time, okay? You look at their performances, look at their background, and you will use different power appropriately. For example, let's say there will be some salespeople with poor performances, okay? They cannot achieve objectives. They are not achieving the goals and sales quota, okay? And they are usually average performances are lower than the other salespeople. For this kind of salespeople, then you should come up with cost-based power. Successful successful performances, then you may use reward power. You can give them the reward. And also, for example, like if you have some senior salespeople, okay, you guys have been together in the company for some period of time, you guys know each other well. In this case, then, for those kind of like senior salespeople, okay, or experienced salespeople, you might use the reference power, okay? But for like newly recruited salespeople, expertise power, or some like some salespeople, they do not listen to anyone. Okay, even you are the sales manager, they do not listen. You might need to use legitimate power or cost-based power. So that depends on, number one, the background of salespeople, okay, how they have been performing. Number two, and also use your experience, and then you will come up with the appropriate power. All right. Some people don't like when you show off the power. They might see that you are showing off the power. So it depends, especially with the senior salespeople. Okay. So that's about how to use the power effectively. Okay. You choose based on your experiences, based on their performance and their experiences. Okay. Can you guys follow? Hello? Hello? Yes. Is my voice okay now?
Yes.
No, sometimes, teacher, because of your internet connection.
Okay, check your internet connection.
No, it's not about my or other student internet connection, but it's about your teacher.
Why? How do you know that?
Yeah, sometimes your voice it's very strange.
Yeah, sometimes your voice is suddenly silent, but when other students speak, I can hear all of them, but except you.
So I should stop teaching then, if you guys are
No.
blaming because of my internet connection.
Yeah, it is because your internet connection, but it doesn't mean you should stop teaching.
Okay, just now I switch off my router and then I am turning it on again and I'm trying it again. So what about now? Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes, are you using the LAN cable or you just
Yes.
using Wi-Fi, teacher, right now?
I'm using landline. I use a wire line with a computer, my computer and my router. I use a wire landline and then directly connected. I'm not using Wi-Fi, something stupid flying in the air.
Okay, teacher.
My computer and my router, they are next to each other, sitting next to each other on my desk. And
Okay,
I'm using
teacher.
AIS fiber. I'm using AIS fiber, and then my package is $499. Only internet package $499. I'm not talking about the other phone bills. Every month I have to pay phone bill and internet connect together 4,000 something baht. And I'm the platinum member of AIS for almost 20 years. So it's not about my connection. Please stop talking about that. I will be very, very mad.
Okay, teacher.
And at the same time, you check your connection also, which service provider you are using. And whether you are using Wi-Fi or what, check the area that you are staying. I talked about it already before midterm. I even called Microsoft team. I even called ABAC. They said that this is owned by Microsoft. It is not about. It is about the signal traffic. It's not about my internet. It's about the signal traffic. If you understand the word signal traffic, then you should stop talking about whatever you are complaining about my internet. This is my professional. This is my profession. I earn by teaching. I don't let my internet down. I talked about it already. Signal traffic before midterm. And I also told you that here in my condo, there are many ABAC agents, many ABAC staff. All of us are working from home. Do you know how many people living in my condo? ABAC people, just ABAC. Please contact Academic Affairs. Tell them to open the semester on campus. I'm dying to go back to campus already, guys. Tell them, let's go back, study, teach at ABAC in the campus. And you guys don't believe what the agents will have to buy extra for online. Speakers and microphones and all those kind of unnecessary things just for online class, and you are complaining about my internet connection. Gosh. So, number one, after the class, whenever there is a survey, how was the quality? You evaluate low quality for Microsoft team. Number two, call Academic Affairs. Tell them open, we go back and teach, study in the university next semester. Tell them, that's what you can do. But don't complain about my internet connection. I'm using the best company with the most expensive package. So I'll continue the lecture. If my voice is like, whatever, there are some disturbance, you cannot hear me. If you cannot hear me more than 5 minutes, okay, you tell me. But just a few seconds, 2-3 seconds, you have to be tolerant. It's not my internet, it's Microsoft. Since we are using this program, and because of the signal traffic, be patient and be tolerant. That's all I can say. Take that screenshot. This is a summary for this topic. In your textbook, it's about like 2-3 pages. I put it in one.
You didn't share the screen.
Now. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. I put about 2-3 pages in your textbook to be one slide. So take that screenshot. This is a summary. Done?
Yes.
You study in like some other subjects, okay? For example, like basic courses like Introduction to Business, Principles of Marketing. We need to analyze the situation. We call that as environmental analysis, okay? When we do environmental analysis, you might have like SWOT analysis, you might have like 5 forces and whatsoever. So you know that from the environmental analysis or from these like, how do we call like, checking what is going on in the environment, we see that there are changes. Time will be changing, market situation, customers buying behavior, competitors, okay, there will be changes. So now, okay, not about marketing, this is not about any other things. We are going to consider only selling. As a sales manager, we also need to analyze the environment. So assessment here, the first one. Assessment is analyzing the environment. But since we are in sales department, and the environment that we are dealing with would be what? Would be customers. Okay? So we need to analyze the customer environment. Find out what is going on. What are the buying behaviors of our customers? How many organizations are available to be our? So from that analysis, when we see there are changes, then we need to redesign our sales program. Of course, when there are changes, then we need to redesign whatever we are using, applying to be like modified sales program. So when we redesign our sales program, we focus on 3 things. Okay, the first one is customer orientation. So customer orientation is we need to know about customer buying processes. Currently, in the current situation, we know about them already. We know how they buy, their preferences, and so on. But now, because of the changes, whether they will be changing their buying processes. No. Sorry, not production. After we finish like prospecting, presentation, we get the order, then that will be their first time buying. But after that, when they repeat the purchase from us, then they become our regular customer, repeat purchases. So the buying process will be also different. First time buying, they go through everything, all the buying processes that we study in chapter 4. But here in now, when they repeat the purchase, then they don't go through all the steps, isn't it? Next time when they have the, need for the product, they contact us and then they place the order. So you see, like their buying process will be changing from the first time and then second, third, fourth time. That's what we have to study. It is possible that prospective customer, our new customer, and they become the, customers with the, repeat purchases. And also, we have to find out, okay, which customers are having like new buy and now they become like repeat purchase or modify buy, okay? Different buying processes, how they buy, when they buy the product. Then we have to look at our sales strategy. What kind of strategy we are using? For example, like I'm giving you an example, okay? In the midterm, I asked about closing technique. Some students answer closing technique as very bad. Delivery. Closing technique, talking about delivery. So you see, like, you guys don't know what, I don't know, okay, how to say. Sales strategies are the strategies that we use in order to reach to the customer, reach to the market, what we will do, how we will implement the strategy, okay? So remember that when the customer environment is changing, we also need to change our sales strategy, all right? We need to modify them. So find out what are the resources available, and also we find out who are our customers, whether there are changes in the customer environment, customer segmentation. If there is a change, we also have to modify our sales strategy to deal with that change, okay? And also the selling process, okay? What we will do from one to another, the process, okay? There are many steps that we have to follow. That is especially in chapter 5, you guys study already. So you have to find out, okay, that from the new customer, first time buying, new buy, okay? Here I talk about already new buy. So we call them as new customers. Or they are existing customer, present customer. We have to find out, and then we have to come up with the modified or redesign sales strategies. Then measurement. How are we going to measure? Because we are going to use the redesign or modified sales strategies to deal with the change in the customer environment. Whether it is successful or not, how we are going to measure it. Then we have to come up with some measurement indicators, okay? You will study in chapter 13 in detail. Measurement indicators, for example, like whether we are going to measure in terms of sales that they achieve or not, okay? Or it can be in terms of profit, it can in terms of the number of customers that they achieve and so on. We have to come up with the appropriate measurement indicators. Then not only that, we need to get the support from our sales force. Remember that we are the sales managers, so we are the one formulation of the strategy, but who will implement the strategy? Sales force. So even though there are changes, modification, or redesigning, then who will be actually performing them? Our salespeople. So it is possible that sometimes some salespeople might not agree to make a change. For example, currently we have been using standardized presentation. So standardized sales presentation, that is what? Preparing the same sales presentation, repeating to all types of customers. But because of the change, then from standardized approach, standardized selling strategy, we are going to change to consultative. If we use consultative model, then salespeople need to talk to different customers based on their different problems. Salespeople will come up with different sales presentation. Now that is becoming like more spending more time, isn't it? So you see, like, just think about this example, okay? Very simple example. From original, okay, standardized selling. But when we when we modify, becoming like consultative approach. They need to talk to each customer need, and they need to come up with different presentation model. That is, we call it need satisfaction model, right? For consultative relationship need satisfaction model. So what would they do? Salespeople, they might say that, oh, it's tiring, or they don't want to do it, they don't want to change, they just want to stick to original standardized selling. That is also possible, right? So we need to get the support from salespeople. They should cooperate, and they should agree to follow whatever we redesign or modify. All right. So in this case, then there might be like, for example, like reward, okay, or some other like motivation tools. Okay. For example, like we might give them like some special reward, financial, non-financial reward, okay, to attract them to get their cooperation. And the last one, implementation. Implementation is whatever we redesign, we are going to let salespeople implement it. But we need a pilot test. So pilot test is just a test, okay? We will choose one market, one area as a tested market, and we will implement that redesign or modify processes. For example, before we use in the whole market Thailand, we are going to test that modified sales program, okay, sales strategy in Bangkok only. So Bangkok, we call it a tested market, okay? So in Bangkok, from standardized selling, we will be using need satisfaction model with consultative relationship. And in Bangkok, for example, like about 6 months, usually when we do pilot tests, you have to take about 3 to 6 months, okay, to get the test results. So after 6 months in Bangkok, sales are increasing. So here, the measurement, for example, we are going to so in Bangkok, that is a tested area, tested market. Within 6 months, after 6 months, the sales are increasing. We also gain more and more customers. Then we can say that, okay, this is successful. So we will be using the new redesign program in the other areas as well. But when we do the pilot test, sales are declining. We start losing customers. In this case, then we have to go back, analyze again, review again what is going on, where is the problem, and we redesign, and then we do the test again. If pilot test is successful, we continue, go ahead, using. Then you come back, start from the analyzing the situation until like the reward program for your salespeople. You check where it is. You made a mistake. Okay, it is possible that not because of the sales program everything is fine. We modify very well. But it is possible that salespeople are not satisfied with the reward system, okay? In this case, then they don't put effort. So we need to make the modification here, this step. So that we call it change management process. In order to deal with the changes in customer environment, these are the 5 steps sales managers have to go through. Can you follow? Yeah. Okay. So now we will see different leadership styles. Okay. For different leadership styles, we have like transactional, very, very old-fashioned, traditional one. We also have like transformational. Some managers are still using until now. And situational, becoming very, very popular, okay? So for these 3, for transformational and transactional, you can compare how they are different, okay? So that is your self-study. You see, like transactional, this is the old-fashioned one. So managers have been using this kind of leadership. Okay, they focus on day-to-day operations, they focus on like their own interests and so on. But after some period of time, managers start using transformation leadership. Okay, when they start using transformation leadership, they do not focus on their interests, but they focus more on subordinates. Okay, so they try to help their subordinates improving their skill and knowledge. Okay, try to transform people. Okay, to achieve goals and objectives of the organization. All right, so that's how they are different. So here one more, okay, you can compare. But now let's come to situational leadership style. Okay, we don't have the slide for this. You have to pay attention, listen, okay? You can take the note. When we come to situational leadership style, this one. If you look at the name situational, depends on the situation, the manager or the leader. Okay, so under situational leadership style, we will study this one. Under situational leadership, there are 4 different leadership styles that we can use: supporting, selling, telling, and delegating. Okay, so let's see here. On the vertical line, that is the supportive behavior of the sales manager. Horizontal, directive behavior of the sales manager. Okay, so based on these two, then here we have 4 quadrants. So now listen. For supporting, let's get the quadrant here. Okay? Supportive behavior of the manager here is high, and directive behavior of the manager is low here. Okay? So for supportive behavior, usually the sales manager will be supporting the, ideas, okay, suggestions, decision making of salespeople. Usually for supporting, sales manager may not or will not tell many things what to do, how to do. That's why the manager will be supporting subordinates to work based on their experience and knowledge. The salesperson will be supporting salespeople decision making, their advices and their comments and suggestions. All right. And in case if salespeople don't know how to make the decision, they can ask sales manager. Sales manager will be helping them making some important decisions. But if it is not necessary, there will be no direction, no comment. There will be no direction on. Manager will not be telling them what to do. Okay, so this is supporting, very high support from the manager. Okay, for selling, both of them are high. That means that the sales manager would be telling everything exactly what to do, how to do, and also giving a lot of support to them. Okay, so there will be like instructions, there will be like suggestions, there will be comments given to the sales force, and also when the sales force will have to make the decision they make by themselves, that is fine, the manager will support them. Okay, if they perform everything by themselves, manager will perform them, and also at the same time, manager will be telling them what to do. So very high directive and supportive behavior here. Okay, for telling style, then the manager will be telling sales force what to do, how to do, everything will be in detail. All right? And the low supportive behavior, that means that manager will not allow them, okay, to make their own decision. Okay, the support from the manager will be low. So when we use scaling, then salespeople are supposed to follow the manager's direction. Okay, telling exactly everything, what to do, how to do things. And now coming to delegating, both of them are low. That means that for delegating, that is like salespeople will be performing all the activities by themselves, making the decision, but actually would not give the advice, would not help them make the decision, would not be giving the instruction, assuming that that is kind of like delegating the authority. Okay, so salespeople are free to work. Okay, the manager's role is very little here. So these are the 4 leadership styles. When we should use them depends on the background of salespeople and also their performances. Like I said here, depends on the different power. Okay. For example, if your salespeople are like having poor performances, they are not doing well, they cannot achieve goals and objectives, you use telling style. You just tell them what to do. You do not allow them to make the decision by themselves. Your support is very low. That means that you will be making decision for them. You will be making decision for them. They cannot make the decision by themselves. They have to follow everything what you say. That is different from delegating. For delegating, you may use that kind of leadership style with your senior salespeople. Okay, they have been having a lot of experiences and knowledge. They have a lot of good performances. So with their good background, with their experiences and knowledge, you don't have to tell them what to do. They do not make by themselves. Okay. So what about selling? Selling might be suitable for those like newly recruited people. Okay, newly recruited people, and supporting also like some salespeople with some experiences still young. You need to, for here selling, okay? For newly recruited people, since they are new to the company, you will tell them what to do, how to do things, but you also motivate them, okay? Making the decision, and you support their decision, okay? To motivate them. And some salespeople with like, they are not very new, but they are still young, okay? With some limited experiences. Even though you will not tell them so much, you will support their decision. You will help them making decision for them. You see that? So that is how we will be choosing different type of leadership, how we will be using differently. Can you follow? Let me know if there is anything that you cannot follow. I can repeat, okay? Can you follow everything?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So when we come to the leadership function, as a leader, as a sales manager, these are also major functions that we have to do, okay? Coaching, we study detail already. Team building also in chapter 1. So there are some additional information I want you to review, okay? If we come to coaching, you have the slide already. Now pay attention. There are 3 situations, right? When we study chapter 5. Now I'm showing you chapter 5. Do you see that? Chapter 5?
Yes.
Okay. In the selling process, we have pre-interaction, interaction, and post-interaction, right? And we should have different things. And now, when we come back to chapter 9, coaching, you see there are 3 situations prior to sales call. This one. Prior to sales call, that is, we call it pre-interaction. This is pre-interaction. During the sales call, interaction, and after the sales call, post-interaction. Take the note. So when we coach our salespeople, before they go and see the customer face to face, okay, what are we going to coach them? When they are meeting the customer face to face, what they need to know, and after they meet the customer, after they receive the order, they come back, or they don't receive the order, they come back, what they need to do. So these 2 slides, that is your self-study, okay? And also here, additional information about coaching, number 1 to number 8, that is your self-study. Actually, we study all of them in chapter 1 under coaching competency dimension. There are 3 sub-dimensions. They were in those dimensions, but here they turn out to be like another form. Okay? And now, team building. For team building, you see, like, we also study team building competency dimensions, right? So what we need to do here is in chapter 9, as a sales manager, one of the responsibilities will be building the sales team. So what they need to do is, okay, so before we go to this 5, can you guys go back to chapter 1? Team building competency, chapter 1. I'll give you about 3 to 4 minutes. Can you please review? Team building, chapter 1. Please review it about 3 to 4 minutes.
Teacher, could you go back to the coaching slide?
No! After the class, I will do it after the class. Now you review teaching. Team building. Team building, you review in chapter 1, okay? I'll do coaching at the end of the class. I'll show it to you again, okay? Okay, guys, what do you see in team building competency dimension? How many sub-dimensions do you see? Hello? Three. Okay. And under these three, you saw many other information, right?
Yes.
Okay. Need a note? Is need a note there?
Yes.
Honey, can you tell me what is the first dimension? What do we do? Need a note? Need a note?
Yes.
So what is it?
Teacher, can you ask again? Your voice is I cannot hear it clearly.
อีกแล้วเหรอ
ใช่อาจารย์มันกระตุก
Forget it. Let me.
Right now,
Otherwise, I don't think I will
it's
take the
happening
action.
again. Okay.
Forget it. I don't know what to do. Okay, so after the class, can you guys? Today is what? Today is Monday, right? Today is Monday. You guys call ABAC IT, and then tell them about the problem. Okay. I don't know what to do, how to solve this kind of problem. I told you guys already that the signal, they said that signal traffic or whatever. Okay, anyway, listen. Otherwise, I will not finish the lecture today. When we form the sales team, we look, right, the structure of the sales team, how many team members we will have, and also we need to train them, right? Individual team members, that's talking about who will be in the team, right? We said you already. And of course, we need to learn about buying center members and their relationship with our sales team so that we will be able to communicate with our customers buying center, okay, effectively, efficiently. Intra-company relationship, that is, here we are sales, we have marketing, we have customer service, we have logistics and supply chain, production, accounting, finance. We should work together. That is talking about cross-functional coordination, this one. Okay? Of course, we have to look at the company strategy, and according to that, we will form the sales team. And the last one is looking at the market, okay, what is going on, and then whether we will be needing the team or we are going to use individual, okay? If we need a team, then dealing with that market, what kind of team and how many and what kind of structure, so that we will have the effective sales team, okay? So that's like, actually we study all of them in team building competency dimension, chapter 1. Then now, of chapter meeting. As a sales manager, we also to call them meetings, okay? Just now, you see like those coaching, I didn't ask you to capture the screen because they are the original slides. But now, sales meeting, this is the additional one. You can take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. Additional slide, okay? And here one more.
Teacher, can you go back?
This one?
Yeah, thanks.
And this, see that?
It's okay, already done.
Okay, now listen. Before we go to the sales meeting, I have something to review. Do you see this now? Chapter 6?
Yes.
Okay, look. Guys, pay attention, listen, yeah? We call this a geographic sales organization structure, management and sales force, right? So you see, like, if we look at, wait. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, now look at this one. There will be the district manager and salespeople, see that? So here, that is one group, right? When we come to larger than the district, the larger area, what do we have? Regional. Regional sales manager. Under regional sales manager, how many districts? There are 3 district sales managers. You look at the line here. According to the organization structure, you look at the lines, okay? Under one regional sales manager, there are 3 district sales managers with their own sales force, their own sales people. Then coming to the largest one, okay? National sales manager, that means that the company, the country level, okay? Country level, the highest level. So under the national sales manager, district and also sales force. That is the whole, talking about the whole sales force. Now come to calling the sales meeting. When we call the sales meeting, there are 3 levels. Okay, so there's the 3 levels talking about location and timing. Okay, I will talk about this first, then we will come back to objective and budget, because just now I reviewed the chapter, the sales structure. You see, like when we call the sales meeting, there are 3 levels: local sales meeting, local sales meeting. That remember, like there will be the first one, regional sales manager and 6 sales people. Remember that, okay? So usually local sales meetings are called in the sales offices or sales branches. There will be the branch manager and sales people working in that branch. For example, for me, like here in Sukhumvit branch, okay, I will have one branch manager and 4 sales people. All right. In Rangkamhaeng area, 1 sales manager and 3 salespersons, and so on. So local sales meetings will be called by the branch manager with their own sales people. Usually, the place that they call the meeting will be in their own sales office. In their sales office. So, for example, like usually for me, okay, I as one of the branch managers, I will be calling the branch meeting, sales meeting every Friday afternoon. So Friday afternoon, I and my salespeople working in this office. So let's say under me, I'm looking after 4 salespeople. So me and my 4 salespeople will be sitting in the company office, okay, company meeting room. Then we will be having the meeting the whole week in the past, what happened, okay, the problems, how they solve the problems, and also like salespeople will be reporting to me, and also we will make the plan for the next week, following week. So we do that like every week, okay? So usually the sales branch, and the time will be usually, for example, like quite often, quite very frequently. So it can be like every week. All right. Then come to regional sales meeting. For the regional sales meeting, now we talk about Bangkok, okay? Or let's say we talk about the central region. When we come to regional sales meeting, there will be the regional sales manager, and the regional sales manager, there will be the, just now in chapter 6 you saw already, okay, different district managers with different sales people. So regional sales manager will be calling a meeting with other local sales managers and sales people. Usually the place they call the meeting might be like the, how to call, like, it can be, let's say, like the, how do we call, the company seminar room, or if the number is large, they might have to use the outside special meeting room or seminar room, okay? So usually you see like they do it like quarterly or less than that. Quarterly means every 3 months or every 2 months, okay? National sales meeting, entire sales force. That means that bringing the whole sales force to one place and we have the meeting all together at the same time. So for the national sales meeting, we also sometimes call it annual sales meeting because they do it only once a year or twice a year, no more than that. Annual sales meeting, there will be the national sales manager with other company top management, different levels of sales managers with the whole sales force of the company. If we have 200 salespeople, we bring all of them. If we have 800 salespeople, we bring all of them to one place. So we need a very big place. So we might hire like the hotel seminar room or the conference center or whatever. All right. So in this case, you see like local, regional, and national. Let's go back to chapter 6. This local sales meeting might be weekly basis, usually in our sales office or sales branch. And the next one, this one. This one, the blue one here, regional sales meeting. There will be the regional sales manager and local sales managers and its sales people. On a quarterly basis, every 3 months. Not twice a month, sorry, every 2 months. Every 2 months or every 3 months. If it is every 3 months, then it becomes quarterly. Okay, so regional. Usually, it will be in the regional office or somewhere with a bigger space. Okay, depends on the number of sales people. And here, the green one, the whole thing, national sales meeting, we also call it annual sales meeting. Okay, that will be the national sales manager with company top management, including different levels of sales managers and all the sales force together at the same time. So that will be only about twice a year or once a year. Most of the organizations have it once a year. Okay, so that is here, national sales meeting. Is that okay with you guys now? By looking like this?
Yes.
Okay. So that's about chapter 9. Let's go back to the meeting objective, and the budget. You see, like when we call the meeting, what should be the objective of calling the meeting? Your meeting objective should be relevant to all people, all your salespeople, should not be only for 1 or 2 persons. Okay? If you need to talk to 1 or 2 persons, you focus on 1 or 2 persons, you call them personally. But since you call the sales meeting, that should be related to everyone in your sales force, isn't it? Okay? It might be just to communicate with them, to give them the reward, to encourage, motivate them, or sometimes like for technical training, we don't call training, we call meeting, whatever we call. Okay? So make sure that when you call a meeting, your meeting objective should be related to, relevant to the whole sales force. I mean, under your sales, or salespeople. Okay? Then, they try to reduce their budget from many different aspects. So they try to reduce their meeting budget as well. Okay? No matter whether you do like face-to-face meeting or these days with the use of software application, we can have like online meetings. Okay? No matter what we use, then make sure that your meeting should be as effective as like you spend the full budget. It's not that you want to reduce the budget, that's why you are going to use like online meeting, teleconferencing, or whatever, Zoom, whatever application. But if the meeting is not effective, then you're wasting your time. And even your limited budget, you are wasted already. Okay? So make sure that no matter what is the budget level, then it is supposed to be effective and efficient. Okay? So when we call the meeting, the first thing, set the objective, find out why would you call the meeting. It should be for everyone in the sales department. Second one would be how much you are going to spend. Even though you want to reduce the budget, your meeting with the limited budget should be as effective as like normal. Okay? And the third one, where and when you are going to have the meeting. So here, you guys with different level of sales management position, then you will be having meetings differently. Okay, guys? So just now, someone told me to show the coaching slide. Which coaching slide? This one?
Yes.
This one?
Yes, teacher.
Actually, these are the original slides. You have them already. I uploaded it. Okay, this one, we will coach them. This is pre-interaction stage. Okay, pre-interaction stage. Are you done?
Yes.
And what about this?
Yes.
And this is post-interaction. Okay, what about this? And this. Actually, number 1 to number 8, you saw them in chapter 1 already. Are you done?
Yes.
And this?
Yes.
Okay, good. Guys, we have about 9 minutes left. I want to say something about your role play very, very briefly. Pay attention, listen, yeah? After looking at the products, like, for example, like Whistle Road, the last product, the UV box, you have to get the product sample. Can you get it? Okay, that is the question. And Niranot, I asked you to find some more new products, okay? Niranot, find something interesting. Or, I can tell you what to sell if you want.
Yes, can you
So,
give an example?
I told you already. Come on, last class I show you on the, how to call it, right? if it is possible, can you come up with like selling something like raw material?
Teacher,
Yes.
can I sell electric bike?
What is it?
Electric
Electric?
bike. Yeah.
Bike?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, interesting, good.
Okay,ค่ะ.
Okay, so send the picture to the line chat group, okay? Not the line here, Microsoft chat group, okay? The class chat group. Okay, guys, listen. I'm supposed to release a midterm goal, okay? Let me wait for like about within this week. Before I release the grade, guys, pay attention, listen. Those who did something unethical, those who did something wrong during the midterm exam, you send email to me, you let me know what you did, okay? Otherwise, if it is after I release the grade, then you might be in trouble. That's why I have been taking so long, about almost a month, 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks. Okay? So those who did something unethical, something wrong, something naughty, something funny, actually it's not funny at all. Then you guys, you send an email to me, not the chat, not any kind of information, communication channel, only through email, okay? And you tell me what you did. Otherwise, it would not be that nice, yeah? And those who did not do something like that, those who put your own effort and you did your best, you don't have to worry. You just continue searching for your account, okay? And next class, that is on Wednesday, we will be doing Chapter 2 Appendix, Sales Forecast for your assignment. All right? I told you guys before midterm that I will give you some more time for your assignment, this sales forecast, because it is 15%. All right. Next class, I want everyone appear to class, okay? Since this is a calculation and this is 15%. Is it 10 or 15? I don't remember. 10 or 15. Let me check. Okay? So don't forget to type in your names, IDs in the chat box, and we'll see again on Wednesday, sales forecast topic. Okay? Bye-bye, guys. And don't forget, if you